Alright, we're playing some Rug Delver here today. Our opponent's playing 80 cards, so we're in for... This is gonna be a long matchup. They're playing some Uro deck. Of some sort, I assume. Easier to never mention it. Yeah, it's just really disingenuous of them to do that. Yeah, in a long matchup, I definitely want a hand like this. It has cantrips, it has 3 good threats. We're not really in danger of getting wastelanded, which is nice. Hopefully our Dreadhorde Arcanist just like lives. I think I'm just gonna keep all of this. I kind of just want the Force of Will to try to protect the Dreadhorde Arcanist and like really get through stuff, and the Ponders can find more stuff. So I'm just gonna keep it all. And we're gonna try and force this Dreadhorde Arcanist through. Let's see how that goes. If you get the bonus for credit, you only get 1.04 per. Yeah, it's really bad. Good old Astrolabe. Oh, not that one. I want to try and force this through. If we can get one attack off with this thing, it'll be huge. And that's all we need. But if they have an Abrupt Decay here, I mean, we'll find out if they do. Wow, really? Oh, do they have a Cling? That's super obnoxious. I mean, it's not force willing, it's just annoying. I think you could consider force willing that, to be honest. I'm gonna try and find another land drop here. Alright. I want the land. The rest of the stuff, I'm like, not dying to draw. Like, I don't really want the force, the second force. I think this Spell Pierce could actually be good though. So I'm gonna actually keep this pile. Just getting this, the land is so important here. I kind of wish I pondered beforehand now, because I could have drawn the Pierce if I expected Cling. But I didn't expect Cling, but now I do, so. I mean, these are 2 really big threats. Like, this is card advantage, this will just kill them. We have some disruption. We have a Force Will here, there's a Spell Pierce we're drawing next turn, there's a Force below that. But my goal is to actually get rid of that Force. I'm gonna bottom it with this Preordain, more likely. Swords to Plowshares, I'm gonna force that. And I'm gonna pitch the Ponder. I want to do whatever I can to make sure this lives, because if I can get a attack off with this, that kind of sucks. Alright, I'm gonna try and find a bolt here. I don't really want force because we have this Spell Pierce here. Alright, drew cards I bottomed. I mean, I've got to force to trade at some point. I'm gonna try to ponder into a bolt here. Alright, those all suck, so I'm gonna shuffle. I mean, another Dreadhorde works. We're gonna go shields down this turn though, but I can't say I'm too concerned about that. Wow, really? That's really interesting. I could also play Delver and leave a Pierce. said they can't Oko us. But if I played this, it's better against like Abrupt Decay. How much is this to escape? 4 mana, 5 other cards. So they have a fetch land. I think I'm still better off playing this. No, I'm gonna play a Delver. I think leaving up Spell Pierce is valuable here. We're gonna be a bit weaker to Abrupt Decay, but I think it's correct. Alright, hopefully the Spell Pierce works out. It'll be huge if so. Wow, it worked, that's huge. It's a Wasteland. Can't reveal that one. It's actually a very bad draw. Gonna flashback this Preordain. Nice. Some nice brainstorm action going on. I'm gonna go ahead and brainstorm. I can get behind the Force of Will, for sure. So, the issue though is I want this Delver to flip. But I can't have the Force of Will in hand and flip the Delver. It's just not possible. So, I mean, what are the odds of them having another Dead of Winter? It's probably not high. That's the way I get punished. Yeah, I'm probably best off playing out the Wasteland. So like if I go like Volk and put Dreadhorde on top, and then I can play Wasteland and play Hoodie Mandrills and leave Brainstorm in my graveyard. I think that makes the most sense. The issue is we're Brainstorm locked, but I don't really have control over that at this point. It sucks that the Delver's not going to flip anytime soon, but I think I have to keep the Force Will in my hand. What our opponents got in their hand. I mean, this tank is like kind of weird. They might be thinking about clinging right now, which I think they should do. If they're going to cling, they should do it right now, I think. I mean, they don't know that we don't have a cantrip in hand, though. They're brainstorming. I'm gonna let that happen, it's fine. they say they didn't have a Force Will for our Spell Pierce earlier, so I wonder what they're doing. I mean, they have to find like another Dead of Winter plus Force. Alright, they're fetching. Got another basic. It's an Ice Fang. I could force this. I actually think I want to do that. I think it puts a lot of pressure on them if I'm gonna force it. I think it puts a lot of pressure on them. Do they have a swords? I mean, I have another Dreadhorde on top, so... Hopefully they don't have like too much gasoline in their hand. I think forcing the Ice Fang is correct though. Because like this is beating them down, right? Oh, they just have a Snapcaster Swords, that's really bad. Oh, that's rough. Really hoping to not see that. I mean, we're still gonna get to beat it for another 4 here. Like, their life total is getting low, but they can start flashing back Cling to gain life even, because they have 2 creatures in their graveyard. Or they just, like, eventually cast an Uro, or whatever. Cast an Oko. Because we have no disruption at this point. That's annoying. Yeah, I definitely want to shuffle the tops out and draw the 3rd Volcanic. Hopefully this Delver flips here. If it doesn't, we're just kind of dead. That's a good one. Alright, I'm gonna Wasteland the sea. Try to limit their mana a bit. They're dead next turn if they have absolutely nothing, but the odds of that are insanely unlikely. They also know about the bolt, so they know that like they're dead if they don't have anything. Well, now they're definitely not dead because they're about to gain 3. Get smacked around a bit here. Alright, we have to draw something next turn or we're just super dead. Because this Uro is gonna... It's just gonna negate what we're doing. Card is so stupid. I need to draw a Lightning Bolt or a Chain Lightning, and I need my opponent to not have a removal spell or a Force of Will. Well, they have no lands in their hand, so it's not good. Their hand has to be so specific, and the odds of it having Force at this point is so high. Oh, wow. Wastelands are so bad. This matchup I like to take out Wasteland. Just turn the deck into just like this 15 land deck that performs better in the late game. We're just dead. That was unfortunate. Uro is really good. Ugh. This sucks. I still think forcing the Ice Fang was correct, but it just turned out kind of bad. In terms of sideboarding, definitely want Clothis and Sylvan Library. We want to go late, and the Red Blasts are good against basically everything they're doing. Snapcaster is good against all their bird type effects. They spend a lot of mana, so Winter Orb isn't bad. I'm not necessarily super excited about it, but it's not bad. Force of Negation is interesting. I think Force of Will is not great. I definitely want these Wastelands out though. I want to get them out of the deck. I'm not excited about Chain Lightning because they can make red mana and then redirect things. They can make red mana because of Astrolabe, which is super obnoxious. And the thing is, they don't always have to control Force to cast their green spells because of Astrolabe. So I'm not going to try to submerge things. I do like Surgical though. Get rid of Uro, get rid of Cling. I think it's relevant enough. The other option is, since we're on a play, we can not worry about Surgical and we can just try and force things through. I don't think I'm big on Force Negation compared to Force of Will. We're on a play, so DAZE is better, so Force of Will is not as necessary. I guess Surgical's also good against Snapcaster, so I'll bring them all in. I'll bring them both in. Yeah, I like the way this looks. Actually, I probably want the Chain Lightning. I just have to like aggressively use it, which is fine. I don't know, the risk is like kinda... But we're like burning them out kinda often. Maybe I just don't want all the Surgicals. Yeah. Let's try this out. Yeah, I want to play first. I am a fan of this hand. Clothis is very, very powerful in this matchup, so if we can get it to resolve, that would be huge. Grab a Volcanic. I'm gonna Ponder first. I'm just looking for a breadth of cards, honestly. I can get behind this. Sylvan Library is very good. I'm not gonna play the Winter Orb anytime soon. We want to save the Winter Orb for when they tap out. Ideally. This Sylvan Library, though, is going to be great. If it resolves. And we'll see if it does. I'm going to not fetch. I don't mind having extra lands here. And if this Sylvan Library works out, the extra lands are just going to be nice in general. We can brainstorm them back later on anyways. Baleful Strix, okay. Not concerned about the bird beatdown. So we can look to Winter Orb here, or just like cast Clothis. I can shuffle this away if I want to. I think actually, I don't think I want the bolt. Or I can just like take 8 and then I'm just gonna take 8. I'm just gonna take 8. Cast this Clothis.
Oh yeah.
Poppy Jelly Bean, thank you for the sub. With your good old Twitch Prime. Or I guess it's Prime Gaming. I don't know what to call it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well today, buddy. Feel like I'm in a pretty good spot having these two in play right now. And I'm not, if this Winter Orb gets countered, I'm not going to cast a second one immediately. So I'm going to put this back. And I'm going to try to cast this Winter Orb, see what happens. Because I can reset my own lands with DAZE as well. I just resolved. I'm surprised. I think I still want a Delver. Maybe not though. I kind of want to start applying pressure. I mean, now our mana is a bit constricted, but all my expensive spells are in play at this point. The Clothis, the Library. So it's all ones and twos at this point. They're the one that has all the stuff they have to cast. It is slight bummer that I can't. I'm not gonna really be able to flip this Delver unless I brainstorm my upkeep, which I can do. But I'm also not in a rush to do that because this bird is just kind of staring me in the face. But if I brainstorm now, I can actually put cards I've drawn with brainstorm and the Sylvan Library back and like do weird stuff. It's really hard to do in real life, but online it's a lot easier. Like I can put it with Preordain if I want to, but I'm not. I can also just shuffle. I think I'm supposed to shuffle away the Winter Orb. I'm gonna put another Trop in play. See if we just luck flip this Delver. We did. We're God Gamers. And let's draw some cards. I don't care about Surgical here. I'm just gonna go ahead and pay for just cause we can. We're under no pressure. And I'm gonna bolt this bird. If I get Ice Fanged, it's gonna feel kind of bad. But if that happens, it happens. Yeah. I don't think there's a reason for me to daze, so I'm not going to. I'm not gonna spend any mana this turn. Like, this cloth is just gonna slowly kill them if they keep at this rate. Because they have no way to get this off the actual board. See what our opponent does. gonna do something. I mean, they've got to use their mana pretty carefully here. Because they don't have a lot of it. They also know about this Spell Pierce, which is probably what's causing a lot of weird issues for them. Okay, a pass. I wonder if they have a Cling. It's like kind of what that feels like to me. Unless they have that way to kill this Winter Orb. And that's what's going on here. Okay. I don't care about the Surgical here. I'll go ahead and... I think paying for it makes sense here. I'm gonna play this Delver. Cannot make blue man with Clothish, otherwise that's what I would have done this turn instead of gaining 2. They are Assassin's Trophy in the Winter Orb. I'm gonna do my best not to let that happen. Sure. They pitch Snapcaster Mage. That's fine. Do I want to shuffle? The answer is no. We have a Surgical on top of our deck I would like to draw. Plague Engineer. Oh, I guess when they name Wizard, it shuts off Delver, both Delver and the other thing. I can't think of what the card's called. Dreadhorde Arcanist. That's interesting. I'm gonna daze this. Just while I can. Surgical doesn't do anything. I like having the Force of Will. I'm gonna put the Ponder on top. Let's exile this trophy. And I'm gonna Ponder. I'm gonna shuffle this. I want a threat. This is not a threat. Brainstorm. There's some threats. I can't actually cast a Delver, but I'm gonna put it away. I think I want to keep this. I can keep it as a blue card though. I'm definitely putting away this Volcanic. I can put away the Surgical and then just keep the Delver as a blue card for Force of Will. Now I can just like play this Goyf out. Nah, I think I want to keep the Surgical because I feel like they're gonna build up to an Uro. Because they can. Well, Uro doesn't really matter because I can Clothish it if they play it this turn. So I guess I don't care about Surgical. Let's grab a drop. Play big beefy boy. Let me draw a Lightning Bolt at some point. The nice thing here is even if they have like a back to basics or something, I can make red mana with Clothish and then red blast the back to basics. I lose one untap step, but this is fine. Now I get to draw a bunch of cards off the Sylvan Library with no... well, maybe not. I'm gonna force this. Hopefully they don't have another way to kill this or counter this. Oh, that sucks. Guess I'll shuffle. Oh, that's really bad for us. I mean, I still have this Clothish, which is a big pain for them. I think I want to keep this as a blue card. Because we're going to win this game eventually. If we just keep sitting here. Definitely countering that. It's not a question. That does not work as well as I would like it to. I'm still gonna cast it, but does not do what I wanted to do. Unless I can top deck a lightning bolt. Which there's that, and if I draw chain lightning, I don't want to cast it unless it's going to kill them. Which right now it will. So yeah, I'll force it. That is a chunker. He's a 7/8. This dude is massive. I wonder if they have an Uro here. Doesn't look like it. Put Yorion in their hand? Okay. Can't cast it this turn. They have to find a way to gain life or they're gonna lose. I guess I actually don't want to exile Oko. It's not that big of a deal. Do I want to trade here? I think the answer is yes. Because then next turn I can attack with Dreadhorde. Yeah, I think this is correct to do now. Other than them having Ice Fang or something in their hand isn't super high. That was smart. That was smart for them to cast Snapcaster right there. But I'm not sure what they can draw to save themselves here. A Cling. They have to draw a Cling off of the Yorion draw 3. Which isn't, definitely not impossible by any means. But I think that's the only way they can win. Even then, they're in a sticky spot. Will eventually move away from their main phase. Or their upkeep. They're not even in their main phase, they're in their upkeep. I mean, it's either they're casting Yorion, or they're casting a card that they drew something gas. They only have two options here. They can also draw Swords of Plowshares and Swords their own creature. But then they're in the same spot as last turn, basically. I guess they can draw Swords, and if they Swords their Yorion, they go up to 5. Then they trade here. They'll be at 3. They're dead to a lightning bolt draw. God opponent. They scooped. I mean, they could have drawn something. But they just... Okay. So we were gonna play game 3, but they just scooped and left. That was probably gonna win the game anyways. But I'll take it. Take the 1-0 start. Alright. This hand is weird. I'm gonna keep it, but it is weird. I mean, it's got Force of Will for the combo stuff. It's got double Force of Will. It has a turn 2 threat, but it doesn't do anything unless we draw a cantrip. And I mean, Oko Broko, if we can get it on the battlefield. I'm gonna play the Flooded Strand. I'm not gonna force it. That card is weird. Oh, is this the standstill deck? Is that what this is? I guess we'll find out. We drew another force. Hopefully we'll draw a land next turn. Or a cantrip. Land or a cantrip. They're both good here. The question is, if they go to kill the Dreadhorde, do I do anything about it? I imagine I should counter this. Pitch a force. Our whole game plan involves drawing spells right now. They forced back. I guess this builds up this thing. So it makes a little more sense for them too. I'm gonna force again. Alright, now we need to draw a land or a cantrip for sure, so that this Dreadhorde Arcanist can do something. That is neither of those cards, which is very unfortunate. They might get to run away with the game here, because we didn't draw either of those things. We had 26 cards that were good draws. Spell Pierce would have been okay too. Yeah, the thing is, now this Myth Realized can just like wreck us. How much is it to make it a creature? That's not good. Now I can block Dreadhorde for free. It's actually really unfortunate. Alright, now we draw it. It's a little late. He's now attacking with Dreadhorde Arcanist, isn't very good. I can bolt it. The odds that resolve is probably not likely, but I could try to bolt it. I think I keep everything here though, that's in this stack. I think what I do is I draw the Delver and then attack with this thing. If they have a Source of Options, then they Swords this and then animate. It's like gonna be a huge blowout. But I think that's what I have to do. I don't think I have a choice. So let's play it this way. Ponder. Draw this lightning bolt, that's for sure. Yep. Let's draw... I'd rather draw the Force of Will next turn. Wait. Oh, it's too late. Alright, hopefully this works. Wow, that's huge. Yeah, what am I trying to draw to Brainstorm next turn? I'm bolting his face is fine. It's not the end of the world. I do wonder what they have in hand though. Like I feel like they have to, so they don't have a Source of Plowshares or a Brainstorm, or like an, I don't know if they play Op, but they don't have a instance. They don't have any instance or forces or anything. Let's just bolt their face. What is this? Double white? It's more than double white, double blue, double white. What is this? That makes sense to be in a standstill deck. It's a threat they don't have to cast. That's some big brain stuff right there. Alright, I was originally gonna hold the Delver in my hand, but I'm just gonna cast it now. What is this? Put a target enchantment card from your graveyard on top of your library. So I can put Shark Typhoon back, and these things, and Standstill if it, like, happened. I'm just gonna let that resolve. Dude, them putting Shark Typhoon back is disgusting. I don't want to deal with that, to be honest. Was he's gonna Brainstorm? I think I'm just gonna force it. I'm gonna be aggressive here. I'm not casting this Oko anytime soon. And also, I don't want him to build up Mithrilize by casting Brainstorms and such. Yes. I'm gonna Brainstorm now. I can just try to kill him. It's probably the best. I don't think they have anything. So I'm just gonna go for it. Did it work? Alright, sick. Being aggro is great. Some of you just gotta push through and be super aggressive against those decks. In terms of sideboarding, I'm pretty sure if I resolve Colossus, they just die. Same with, I mean, not the same with Sylvan Library, but still pretty good against them. Red Blasts are good against Standstill, Snapcaster Mage, Force of Wills. They kill Shark Typhoon tokens. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Definitely don't want these. I want Winter Orb. I'm not as big on Winter Orb here, I don't think. Because most of their spells are 1 and 2 mana. Granted, like, Wasteland is once again useless, but the forces are better here. Surgical Shark Typhoon. Is that like their only win con? I'm not very familiar with this deck. I think my goal is to kill them before they can do the loop thing, so I don't want to surgical that, because then I'm saying I'm okay with the game going that long, and I don't think I'm okay with that. Like, they have Mithrilize and Shark Typhoon and Snapcaster. I would assume they have Jace, but they would probably side it out here. If I want to deal with Shark Typhoon, I would rather bring in Winter Orb, I think, than Surgical. Like, I think that would be better. I'm not as excited with chain. I don't think I want chain lightning here. I think I do want Winter Orb. I mean, their spells aren't expensive. Oh wait, that's the bolt. Yeah, I think I should even want, or maybe I want force it. Because I think I'm gonna be forcing through my own stuff kind of often. So I don't want force negation as much. I just don't think Wasteland's gonna do much against them. Because they're like all basics. So I want to approach this kind of similar to the 4-color matchup, except for I don't think Surgical is as relevant. I guess it's good. It's still like playable against Snapcaster Mage though. So maybe I am supposed to bring it in. I don't know. I don't think it's proactive enough. I think if I'm like okay with the long game like that, I'm not. I don't think I want to be there. I like this hand a lot, so I'm gonna keep it. It doesn't have a cantrip in it, so DHA is not crazy, but they have to respect it. I really don't want to counter this thing. I'd rather counter more like prevalent things. Like we can fly over it anyways. I don't know, it does make our DHA far worse. Those swords. I think I let that happen. Yeah. Maybe that was wrong and that's like my only win con. But I feel like I can also like just start eventually get this Oko to be big enough. And I don't really want to use my forces on not getting Oko down. Like I just don't want to really protect the Delver when I have 2 more threats in my hand. Or I can just play Goyf. I think I'd rather play DHA than Goyf. Granted, all they have to do is cast 1 blue spell, and they can, well, they can Burnstorm or a Ponder, and they can block the DHA, so I guess I'm supposed to Goyf. That Chonker. Maybe I am supposed to counter to Mithrilize, because it blocks so well. And I don't really have another way to kill enchantments or anything, because there's no Cinder Vines. Yeah, so their Mithrilize already 3-3. Well, if I'm not gonna counter the first one, I probably shouldn't counter the second one. I don't think it makes much sense too. So like, this is really annoying because now this thing's a 4-4. This thing's massive. What if I draw a land? It's not a land, so it's unfortunate. Yeah, and I can't attack. It's kind of gross. casting something for 4 mana. Oh, it's double white. I'm gonna force a negation this. I'm gonna pitch the DAZE. I'm gonna try to use this turn to get a bunch of damage in. Because they already play a land for turn, so they're not. These will be active. A cantrip would be really good here. It's not a cantrip. Alright, now the question is, do I just go and bolt, try to get double bolt in? Because that would be 6, 9, 10 damage this turn and put him to 9. The issue is then I'm not getting any more damage in, and I won't be able to use a bolt to kill this realized. But this one's the main problem anyways. I think I'm best off bolting here. And then going to combat and bolting again. Just trying to have a big damage turn here. Which worked. Maybe they like tap out of white again. I doubt they'll do that, but anything's possible. Now I like can't attack, so we're gonna sit here and stare at each other while he makes this bigger. Man, these myth realize are a lot better than I thought they were. I should prioritize countering them more. I also expected to draw a 3rd land so that I could Oko, the Shark Typhoon. That's gross. The attack, it makes sense. There's a land. The Oko is not nearly as good as it was previously. I'm still just gonna cast it though. Okay. I can double daze or I can force. I mean, I imagine double dazing is just better. The issue though is now I'm like stuck. I have to like chump. I would have to like chump block this in order to make Oko live for an extra turn. Which I guess is fine. I'll double daze here. Well, the advantage of dazing too is if they pay, then they can't activate Myth Realize, and I'll just get to bash in. Wow, so now I'm gonna get to bash in here. So I could turn this into a 3/3 and then put him to 1. Or I attack for 4, put them to 4, make a food, plan on chump blocking here. I don't think that makes sense though. I think I just make this a 3/3 and then I bash, because they can't afford to attack. They can then attack with just this, and then they hold back these two for these. But then I'm I'm attacking with both of these. They like eat this here, they chump this. Then I'm relying on drawing something again. It might have been correct for me to let them counter the Oko, let the counter resolve, because then I can put them to 2 and have Force Will back up. That might have been better actually. I should just let the Oko got countered. That's such a weird thing to say. I think I have plus and make a food though. And then I can hold this back. And if they want to kill this, they have to attack all out, which doesn't work out well for them. Because then they just die to this Goyf. So hopefully they don't have a swords. If they have a swords, a Plasher is going to be pretty insane for them. I don't think I'm beating that anyways though. Unless I just kept the Force Will in my hand. That's so bad. That's not good. Wow. Yeah, I just should have let the Oko got countered. That's such a weird thing to say. They chose not to shuffle? That's really bad. Oh, this is horrendous. Yeah, I messed up. I messed up really bad. Am I just dead this turn? Nah, I'm not dead. Sure it feels like it. I'm technically not dead, but it sure does feel like death. Yeah, that was a really big misplay. That's so weird to think that letting the Oko not resolve is correct, but that is the world we live in. But I can't attack. I can't do anything. I can hope they get overzealous. But that's about it. Yeah, I don't know how I win this game. Because there's no real way for me to do 4 damage to them. They cannot cast the Brainstorm unless they fetch. They like tap pretty poorly. Unless I'm just dead. I'm not dead. I have to chump block this. I guess I am supposed to counter these Myth-Realized. It feels so weird doing that. But this is, in the end, what's caused me to not be able to put extreme pressure on them. Yeah, I don't have the chump block here, but it's not a good spot. This is going to gain 3. Yeah, I should have let the Oko get countered. They would have been at 2, and I get to counter the Snapcaster, and then they'd hold back 2 blockers, but I wound up drawing nothing anyways. But it buys more time that way, which would have bought time to draw a bolt. Yeah, that was bad. I mean, note to self. I still don't think I want it. I guess Wind Orb's much better on the play. I'm not sure that I want them. Also, if my plan is to be countering the Myth Realize, I probably want... I don't want more forces. It's a lot. The issue I'm worried about with Winter Orb is it does lock ourselves down as well, which could be a problem. But if I Winter Orb and counter Myth Realize, I'm probably in a winning spot. Maybe I just don't want as many forces because we're on a play. I don't think I want multiple Winter Orb. I think I just want the one because I think I need all the burn, unless Chain Lightning's not good. It's the only. I want Chain Lightning though. I think I just want to burn them out. But I like having these kind of misers we can find it later type cards, like Winter Orb. If this hand had lands, it would be good, but it didn't. Well, I can't cast the Winter Orb on turn 1, because then I wouldn't be able to cast Clothis. They kept 7. I'm gonna keep this hand. Like, not super excited about it, if I'm being quite frank. Put away. I kind of want to put away the Winter Orb. I think I'd rather put away a Trop though, and try to just draw a land later. Nothing. Fine with that. See what we draw. The old 0-1 Goyf. It's fine though. Next turn I'm casting Brainstorm unless I draw a land, in which case I'll cast the Clothis. And Clothis with DAZE backup seems pretty good, because their main answer for Clothis is going to be Council's Judgment. If DAZE can get to counter that, that would be a big deal. They're playing around DAZE, it's annoying. I'm not going to DAZE this, because if we draw a third land, it's so big. So big for us. They chose not to shuffle? Well, that's not good. Land? Brainstorm. Let's brainstorm now. Hope I can find a land. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I am going to cast Winter Orb this turn. I'm gonna put back Brainstorm, and I could just put back both cantrips, and then fetch. And then slam this orb. I think that makes the most sense. Let's grab a Volk. See if this gets countered. Okay. We'll see what happens. I mean, it makes our days better here. I feel like they have a source of plowshares. But they could just have a 2-drop here. That Force Will is a really good draw. Do they have the swords? They do not. Alright. Well, having this Force of Will is nice. They are hitting all their land drops, so the Winter Orb's not as effective here. But they're also in a position where they can't, like... They can't play a bunch of spells out and make their Myth Realize really big. They chose not to shuffle again. So I wonder what they're working with. Swordsing the Goyf. I don't think I can let that resolve. Well, I could daze to force them to tap another mana. And then that way next turn I can slam Clothis. But then I don't have force backup. I think it's correct though. Yeah, I think that's right. Well, the issue with forcing here is this might be able to just become a 4-4 anyways, or 4-5. Yeah, 4-4, which would block this anyways. I can also force, and then if I draw a land, it's really good if I force. If I draw a blue card, well, if I draw a land, it's good either way. Well, if I daze and then draw a land, it's bad. But if I force to draw a land, it's good. But if I draw a blue spell, it's not good if I force now. And I'm more likely to draw a blue card than a land. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna slam this Colossus down. Yeah, that's fine. Because it's gonna be hard for him to beat, if he beats in with, or goes to beat down with Myth Realized every single turn, it's gonna like, it doesn't work well against this Winter Orb. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that's so bad. I think I just lose the game now. Yup. That's unfortunate. They're gonna get so much time now. I can't deal with this thing. Man, that cloth is, that's also unfortunate that if the Brainstorm and the Red Blast were switched in position, we probably win this game. If I had to guess. And like, I can play as Hooting Mandrills, but then what, they get to draw 3? Like, that's not fun. But what else am I gonna do? Just sit here and die? Because that's what's gonna happen otherwise. I think I'm better off trying to hope to draw Oko and force it through. This is very unfortunate. That's all I gotta say. It's very unfortunate. Also, they drew a lot of lands, which made the Winter Orb really ineffective. Daze doesn't really do that much. I think if I'm at the point of casting Hooting Mandrills, I may as well cast Brainstorm. It's just a very bad spot that we're in. I guess I'll put a Red Blast on top, play a fetch, and then cast this Mandrills. I don't know, it just needed... When I dazed, I was hoping to draw a blue card. I don't think Force of Willing would have worked out well either, because this thing just becomes huge anyways. Just my draw's not been up to par. I have to counter this. You can also like just not care and just attack me with this, because I'm dead to it basically. Yeah. I probably could have won this match if I had played it a bit differently. And I guess dazing was greedy and I should have just waited and been patient. Because eventually I'm gonna get to Colossus no matter what. If I know if I get Colossus on the board, I'm probably going to win. Yeah, I just can't beat 6/6. I don't know. I could have played it differently. Could have played it better. I'm not sure about better. I think I just made decisions and they didn't turn out very well. Mainly on the swords turn. I'm not sure if dazing the swords. I think, like, I like the concept of dazing the swords, but it just did not turn out well because they happened at forceful and then exactly stand still to super punish me. Oh, but that's magic sometimes. Alright, back on the play again. This hand's gas. I feel like I could have really won that last match. I just did not play it at 100%. I think I just don't know what to prioritize in that matchup. Because I haven't played it. I haven't played it at all. I'm playing against a lot of blue decks. Preordained, so this is either miracles of some sort, or we're playing against combo and they just happen to have a snow-covered island in their deck. Let's see what this is. A ponder. I will flip my Delver for sure. Alright, we're on a beatdown already, which is great. I'm gonna go and play this Goyf out. We have this Daze as a counter spell. We're gonna use our ponders next turn to try and find some more disruption. Another preordained. It's kind of tempting to Daze that, but I would prefer to save my one permission spell for something else. Oh, it could be show and tell. I feel like it's show and tell. Because they're playing this Vista, like the blue-green version. It plays Ice Fangs. They shuffled. Right, let's see what we can find here. Nice. I like that a lot. I do like the Spell Pierce. I don't really care about the other stuff. I would prefer to play Dreadhorde here, but I am slightly afraid of dying if I do that, which maybe I shouldn't be. Let's see here, this is 5 damage this turn. Because I have the Daze, but if they have Show and Tell Force, so they would have to have, out of 8 cards, lands as 7, and then Show and Tell the big thing, Force blue card. It's not super unlikely, but I think I'm supposed to ponder here. Just trying to find Force Will. I think it's correct. They are not show and telling, so you kind of misread the matchup, which isn't that big of a deal. Wow, this Wasteland really sucks. I feel like they have a Dead of Winter though. Question is, do I play the Wasteland? I'm gonna play it out. I'm not gonna play the Delver out, I don't think. I think I'll just pass. In case they have like counter spells of their own. Not sure if they do or not, but I don't see a big reason to play this out. I could Spell Pierce this. I'm gonna Spell Pierce it. Yeah, if they pay, that's fine by me. Really? Okay. I guess unless I can die this turn, but I kind of doubt that. I doubt they can stay alive. Like 3 islands is like not indicative of storm. Oh, it is storm. That's brutal. I'm exactly dead. How unfortunate. Wow. How unfortunate. I think spell piercing was correct. Man, that was rough. Oh. Dear Carton Layden, thank you for the raid. Hope your stream went well. Hope everyone coming from there, from your stream, is having a good time. Welcome. They're playing some Legacy. Playing against Storm. Like, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna bring in Surgical. I mean, like, I'm not the biggest fan of bringing in Surgical, to be honest. I like bringing in Red Blast for the cantrips, though. And they're so conscious of fetching basics, like, there's a part of me that doesn't want so many Wastelands. What'd you play today? I don't really want Cloth, this is too expensive. I like Sylvan though. I don't think Oko's that good. I think it's too expensive of a threat. Maybe I only want 2 Red Blasts. I like keeping in all the bolts just to try and get him dead. The main reason I like Sylvan Library is just digging to Force of Wills. If you draw a lot of forces, you're probably going to be fine. No one-lander, but has Ponder to get a second land, but has no forces. It does have a threat though, so... And it has a blast, but like, the blast is kind of meh. The DAZE is cool. I think I keep it, because double Ponder. Odds are they're not killing us on turn 1, especially through a DAZE. They're mulliganing. Alright, they rolled a 5. There's no land here, so I've got shuffle. Hopefully draw land. That's not land. I kinda want DAZE. Yeah, I'm just gonna DAZE to mess with his development. I mean, he's on a multi 5, so like getting trades off I think is more valuable than not. Also, it kind of hides the fact that we're not hitting land drops. Well, there's a land. It's very nice. I'd like to draw... I would like to play the Dreadhorde Arcanist next turn. So let's do that. It does leave us shields down, but I feel comfortable doing that. I should not F6. Baleful Strix? Well, I have this lightning bolt in my hand. I kind of don't. These wastelands suck. They have prismatic vistas. I did not expect baleful strokes from the. Alright, chicks up. I don't have force it. I don't have force of will. So they might just kill us this turn. I think the odds of that are not super likely, but it is possible. This baleful strokes is very dead. At least hopefully. Fatal push, that sucks. So they're like this really, really weird storm deck, I guess, but like they stormed us out and now they're like this baleful strokes fatal push deck, so I just don't know what's going on, basically. Hopefully I draw a land here. I mean, I drew a land, it's just like not exactly what I was wanting. I was hoping to draw a fetch land. So awkward. I feel like they're gonna take the brainstorm. I guess I should have hidden the brainstorm. Maybe, I guess. Yeah. But now we're just both gonna sit here and stare at each other, I guess. Oh man, this like sideboard baleful strix fatal push plan with multiple basic islands and swamps is like really annoying. Like I think I'm gonna take out all the wastelands. It seems like they just don't have non-basics in their deck. They're just like basics fetches. That's it. This is disgusting. Just not drawing any green sources is annoying. I'm gonna feel a lot better if I ever draw a green source. Another wasteland. Oh man. This is really annoying. Okay, imagine if those wastelands were... I mean, they would be useful as literally anything else. Like, even if they're just blue cards. I mean, what would be more useful is a green source, but... that's, like, obvious. Draw a green source here, I'm gonna feel pretty good. It kinda counts. It's something we can cast. Which is a lot better than it's been for a hot minute now. might counter it. I have this force. But the main reason I want to counter it is so I can use Dreadhorde Arcanist to flashback and kill this. If I so desire. They have so many basics, man. Am I gonna get tendrils out here? Well, I'm glad I have this. Alright, there's a green source. I am going to... Let's... I want to ponder. Is Brainstorm good? I don't think I'm going to need the Force of Will this turn, but I want it next turn. They chose not to shuffle. Am I dead? Dark Ritual. Okay, okay. What is this? Another pier? And loses half their life? I'm gonna brainstorm and try to hit a blue card underneath of the fetch land. Very, very lucky. That is what we are. Very, very lucky. Never punished, etc. It's a really interesting take on like a storm deck. Just like playing disruption and then I'm very intrigued. Just like lots of basics, build up your mana base. It makes me want the surgicals a little more. I don't know that I can side out like all the wastelands though. I don't think like Winter Orbing's right. So weird. Because they use all their mana in one turn, right? Maybe surgicaling is correct? I'm not... I feel like the wastelands aren't doing anything. I think I'd rather just have like another red blast and then... I mean, the only other card would be Oko. But I don't think threats are the problem. Though like it is a blue card which is relevant. Which might make it better than Hootie Mandrills. Hootie Mandrills is cheaper, but this being a blue card is relevant. I just kind of don't want to go below 16 lands here. Because even though it basically does nothing, it's a colorless source for things like Hootie Mandrills and Goyf, Library, Arcanist. Oh, I should have Null Rod. Because they have... I mean, they have Petal. I don't know if they have LED or not. I would think that they would. I snap cap because it had double force in it. It wasn't spell pierce with double ponder, so we can find lands and threats with double ponder. It's a lot of options. They topped with preordain. Wow. I'm gonna grab a Volk. I'm definitely shuffling that away. Are they just like going for it here? They could just be playing around DAZE as well. I'm gonna pitch a DAZE. I think DAZE is gonna lose relevance kind of quickly. I think I need a brainstorm here so I can put this bolt away. I just need to hope to draw a land here. What's up? How's it going? It's not too bad, except for the fact we just bricked on this brainstorm. That part's not fun, but everything else is going well. How are you doing? I want to discard the chain lightning. So I think I'm gonna put the mandrels on top. Cause I don't mind drawing the mandrels. Not too bad, just got done finishing deck list for EDH, nice. What's your... Who are you playing? Bottom. We still have a force here. I'm gonna try to find a land. Really need a second land. They have DAZE in their deck? Oh, that's disgusting. I can't really afford to force here, but... Oh, that's gross. Bottom top. Man, them having DAZE in their deck is pretty gross. Playing some mono blue action. I can dig it. Oh, playing DAZE and defense grid. Yeah, I guess. Their deck is weird. I guess their defense grid's over there. Now I draw the land. At least I drew one. Like, at least it was a trop. If it was a second bulk, I was gonna be pretty sad. But at least I can cast Hooting Mandrels. That's what our opponent's playing. They have this defense grid we counted earlier, and then they have DAZE in their deck as well. Thought it was fun. Mono blue counter spells all over. Yeah. I'm gonna take this force. Not much I can do about it. Like, I could have spell pierce and force him to use a pedal, but it doesn't do anything. I mean, they can just combo me next turn because they're gonna have so much mana. I could just stop the combo here. I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. Thanks for the follow, Hugs. I appreciate it. Alright, if they can't combo us this turn, we're in good shape. I'm hoping that they can't. I mean, our hand is all bricks, so I mean, see what happens. Why didn't we stop the red? They could very easily combo that turn. Looks like they're going to anyways. But they could have very easily comboed us that turn. I think I like stopping rituals in that spot. Is if we let resolve and then they cabal writ into cabal writ, we die. They can't take a point of damage. Yeah. I mean, they just drew half their deck though. So I'm not exactly like. So fetches are off. Yeah, they play a lot of basics. They showed us like 3 swamps and 5 islands at the least. If only we had 2 red sources, yeah, I know. I feel like this is a bait. I don't think so. Like, I think I just let it resolve. I think the main way they win is by us adding Storm as well. It chose to shuffle. I mean, they could just be like missing a piece, but I think that's hard for me to believe. They just not have a tendrils here. The first non-basic, that's the first underground seed they've ever showed us. Which is funny. What blue spell do they have that matters? I don't know. I think I'd rather just try to bolt the Medstep and then chain lightning them. Their deck is super weird. Their deck is not a normal Storm deck. Yeah. I don't know. That deck was weird. They had like Baleful Strix and a bunch of other nonsense. It was weird. They had a lot of weird stuff. Lots of basics, lots of fetches, no real underground seas. They didn't show us LED or Infernal Tutor, which I feel they don't have. They're like this weird mid-range version of Storm. I'm not sure exactly what their deck was doing the whole time, which made my decisions hard to make. Alright, we're trying to recover this league. We're on a play again. This hand has too many lands in it to keep. I'm gonna mulligan. If I had a brainstorming, I would have kept, but it didn't. I'm gonna keep this hand. I'm gonna put away a wasteland. So we have blue card force. And then we can cantrip with ponder. They mold a 6. Hopefully this one wasteland is very good against them. I'm gonna grab it it's more likely that we can fuel Hooting Mandrills and things like that. I meant to play the Delver. Oops. I just absolutely meant to play the Delver. So this is really awkward now. I don't know what this means. It either means we're playing against Dredge or we're playing against Death Shadow. Which Wasteland is like not the best against Death Shadow. I think I have to shuffle this away. So I fetched a drop because there are more green cards I would want to cast here than red, and then we drew Dreadhorde Arcanist. Very unfortunate. Because I'd rather, because there's Goyf and Mandrills and Oko. I mean, Oko we have to draw another blue source anyways, but if I draw double Trop at least, that's better than drawing double Volcanic. And I'm getting punished here by drawing Arcanist. I definitely just meant to play Delver on turn 1 though. I misclicked. I was like half paying attention. Death Shadow? Yeah, I assume it's Death Shadow at this point. Yep. I assume they're gonna take Delver. I mean, now I kind of want to cast the Arcanist. Yeah. Typically I would Wasteland, but I think that getting this down is better. Because I can like try to force an attack with this through just by forcing a Fatal Push even. Which I will force a Fatal Push here. I think trying to get this through is too valuable. Hopefully this works. That's unfortunate. I draw another threat here. That is not another threat. This takes me off of Oko, but reducing the amount of mana they have is very valuable here. That was unfortunate. A very unfortunate sequence of events. I think I fire off this Spell Pierce whenever I get the chance. This is a Gurmag Angler. Can't counter that one. Now it's Spell Pierce. This is unfortunate. This would have all been completely different if I hadn't misclicked on turn 1 though. And if I had a Delver in play on turn 1, I'd probably win this game. I mean, we don't know exactly what's in their hand, but I would assume it's not Fatal Push. I feel very dead. I'm just gonna scoot. There's nothing that can save me here. Oh well. That misclick got me real good. Well. I like going a little long. And I want the red blast because I can use them to kill both delvers and like counter their like random cantrips, which is nice. Though I'm not sure how badly I want them. It's like another. That's. I want these though. This I'm like less sure on. I don't think I want. I think chain lightning's. Force of negation is definitely not good. I don't think I want chain lightning. I think I want all the forces though, so I can force Gurmag Angler. The only way I could deal with their threats is by forcing them, basically. The only thing bolts do is go to their face. And while that's cool and all, I'm not, like, crazy big on that. They never beat Oko. Yeah, if it resolves. I think maybe I just only have 2 blasts. So just resolve that, yeah. That's why I wanted. Keeping those in is... These in is good for that too. I mean, they can beat it with eliminate now, but if I can counter eliminate, I'm in a good spot. They can also, they're also probably never beating a Colossus. This hand is gas. Wonder why they're cycling their Street Wraith like that. It's a little weird to me. I like this set of cards a lot. I don't think I want a second DAZE. Maybe I do, actually. I could just take... So I could take... Dreadhorde DAZE. Actually, I can just take all 3 cards. I think I just want all the cards. I'm gonna hide the Dreadhorde. I'm gonna try to resolve this for library next turn. But if they Thoughtseize, I don't want to DAZE it. I'll just let them take the library and then I'll play the Dreadhorde. That's fine. Yeah. Just instantly resolved, I'll take it. Did not flip the Delver. I'm only gonna DAZE something really important here. I think I would DAZE, if they just like cast Brainstorm right here without playing a fetch land, I think I would DAZE it right now. I'm gonna Wasteland. Okay. That makes sense. Ratchet Bomb? I think I'm gonna DAZE that. It means we can't cast Oko next turn, but I'm like pretty fine with that. Do another Wasteland. I don't really want to Wasteland this turn though. Next turn I will, but this turn I don't really want to. Do I want to take 4 is another question. I think the answer is yes. Try to get this guy down. Okay, now they have to like answer this and like figure out their land situation. And I have this DAZE. And there's a lot of things like they have to do. What's up, Kevin? How's it going? They did not flip Delver. So now they're doing our land or like another Ratchet Bomb or big old creature. Good, good, nice. You probably won a Fall Guys game? Nice. I won my first one like 2 days ago. Actually winning the game is so hard. So challenging, yeah, it's so difficult. It's super fun. And like the game itself isn't that hard to play, but like winning the game is so hard. You just like can't mess up. And even if you like don't mess up, your opponent could just like slightly get an edge. My favorite game. I really, even though I've never won it, I really like the Hexagon one. I think it's pretty fun. You like Tiptoe? Is that the Seesaw one? Or is that something else? Which one's that one? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one's pretty good too. Do you like it? It's less so like which ones do I like? It's hard for me to pick a favorite by any means, but like I don't like the rings where you're set on teams and you get points for jumping through rings, and I don't like the egg scramble. Everything else I like decently. I think the match one is kind of boring compared to the rest, but it's easy. Like turn off my brain pretty easily. Just made you click through the niv. That's disgusting. Your opponent's lame. Slimer's really good. Oh yeah, so many people die in that game mode, it's insane. They took the DAZE? It's kind of weird. Thoughtseize is coming to Historic? That sounds like the opposite of fun. Why are they making Historic so powerful? That's pretty good. Question, do I have to pay for or not? I don't think so. I think I put Brainstorm on top. I think I want the Brainstorm, and I kind of like the idea of double wastelanding them. It's an Omnicat remastered. Let's add more cards than were in the original set. LOL. It's just, it seems so weird to me to do that. Oh, so I can't do this? Okay. I guess. As much as I want a wasteland here, I think I'm supposed to... I think I'm supposed to hoot. Makes it like win the race. Yeah, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know why they're doing it like that. I mean, they can do whatever they want, obviously, but it just seems weird to me. Is all. Drew a land. I'm glad I didn't wasteland. They're gonna spend their turn doing that anyways. What is this? It's like a brazen borrower. And they're gonna bounce this. I think I counter it. It's either that or I force this Oko through. I think I keep this around. I think the tempo is too big if I keep this around. So petty, much theft. I like the force of will. I can deal 5 here and put them to 7. I could put Bolt on top, pay 4 and keep this, and then play... I can attack for 5, put them to 7, flip Delver with Bolt here. Yeah, let's do that. I'm just gonna use my Oko as a blue card. I can't flashback the Bolt because of the cage. I think this is just too much pressure for them to handle. They're thinking of blocking. I think it'd be weird to block here. But I'm definitely just playing Delver and wastelanding them. good here. I feel like they're dead. I guess there's not 100% chance, but I have a Force of Will. I have a Lightning Bolt on top of my deck. They're at 7 life. Feels pretty good. Sure, your ponder resolves. You're gonna housewarming party? I'm not sure if I have a work thing or not. I'm waiting to see what we get scheduled for. I would like to. But sometimes stupid things happen. I definitely want to though. I'll know more by the... I told Tom I would let him know by the end of the week, basically. That's when I should know what's going on. I think I want this bolt. I think Sylvan Library is not good on the draw, though. On the play, I like it, but on the draw, not so much. I'll keep the rest the same. Like, it was pretty good there, but that's because we were on the play and didn't have pressure applied to us. I still want to keep all the... Like, forces are especially important on the draw. A lot of what's going to happen on the draw is us just trying to make sure we maintain pressure. Or not maintain pressure, kind of subside theirs. We're going to be using our... instead of looking to use our force wills to push through things like Dreadhorde Arcanist, like we were, now it's going to be us looking to stop their threats and react that way. So we're going to be spending less of our mana on our main phase and more so using our threats to deploy afterwards. Alright, our opponent finally submitted their deck. This is a one-laner, so I'm gonna mulligan. I don't want to get Wasteland out of the game. We have the Ponder, but they could easily just, like, counter the Ponder and then, like, I just, like, sit there and die, basically. Yeah, I like this hand a lot more. In terms of what to put back, though, I kind of want to put away the Pyroblast and just try to, like, play the Trop and then Wasteland them a bunch. Because they could also be greedy and keep a one-lander. A lot of people keep one-landers in this deck. Like, if they go turn 1 Ponder, I'm just, like, instantly wastelanding them. There's no question. Basically, if their turn 1 is not a Delver, or if they just pass. Like, if they just pass, then I obviously can't wasteland them, but... Shock themselves. I might just still wasteland them, though. Yeah, I think I'm actually still gonna wasteland them. They thought for a really long time, which almost indicates to me that they don't have lands. Well, they have lands. Hopefully they don't have wasteland. There's a Misty. Alright, well I definitely can't wasteland them, so I'm just gonna ponder. See what we find. Looking for a lightning bolt. Now that we have the red source. So I bought the Pyroblast because we didn't have a red source and double wastelanding them as possible, and this was gonna be like my cleanup threat, basically. But we're gonna daze. They're brainstorming, that's fine. I don't want to daze a brainstorm. Put us a mana behind when we're trying to cast 2 and 3 drop threats. I mean, it guarantees that this Delver is going to flip. Which is fine, it's not the end of the world. As long as this Ponder finds what we're looking for. Which, hopefully it does. Lands, no thank you. That was interesting, because we can cast it off of 1 land eventually. They flip Ponder. Can't play a threat this turn because of the daze. Unless they take the daze. But then we could just really cast Goy for mandrels or whatever. I don't want to like daze Thatsus. They took the Clauthus? I think that's the card I'm most fine with them taking. I'm a little weirded out. They took the 3-drop from our hand. I'm gonna play the Hooting Mandrills. They have no... well, they can dismember it. I was about to say they have no way to kill it. We're winning this race pretty easily right now. I mean, they have to have nothing else, but we are winning the race. Is. Sure. I don't think I Wasteland anymore. I'm just gonna cast a Goyf. Do I want to play Volcanic instead of Wasteland? I think so. I'm gonna play the Volk. It's like turns on their Fatal Push though. I think it's correct. Mainly because I can like Brainstorm and then Bolt. Brainstorm Red Blast. Though I guess I could do that anyways, even if I play the Wasteland. I assume this is flipping this turn. Thoughtseize. Interesting. We're 10 minutes up on clock on our opponent. It's just they're not going to get punished for it. This game's not going to take them 6 minutes. I was trying to figure out why this match felt like it was taking so long. Our opponent's been very methodical, I guess. Not really methodical, they're just playing slow. Are they Thoughtseizing? There's no way. Okay, they pitched a Narset. Alright. Well, now they can't attack. Well, they can attack with 1. And then they're gonna have to chump block. Or we just draw Bolt, that also works. Easy game. Nice, got there. That was a very lucky top deck there at the end of Lightning Bolt, but I mean, they're gonna have to block and then they have to top deck well. I like that spot, especially considering we have the Brainstorm. Yeah. Let's see if we can make our money back. Alright. Playing for the 3-2. On to play again. Gonna keep this. And this hand's pretty good. I'm gonna go get a Volcanic and cast this Ponder. Then we're gonna play the Dreadhorde Arcanist. Yeah, I'm mainly looking for disruption with this. Land is actually nice here. I'm gonna draw this fetch and this pierce. This will give us our green source. We don't have disruption, so if we're playing as combo, it's not gonna be as good. But if we're playing any other matchup, I'm gonna feel pretty good. Likely playing a mirror match. They chose to not shuffle. I think I want to draw the extra land given it's the mirror, and I'm gonna cast this Dreadhorde. In these types of mirror matches, you actually, in the Delver mirrors, you actually want to draw a lot of lands. Because you're under a lot of mana pressure between DAZE and Spell Pierce and their own wastelands. But it turns out we're not playing the mirror, we're playing against snow. But they just led on a tropical island, so we actually get value out of a wasteland in the matchup, which rarely happens. Are we gonna get an attack off? Wow. Not expect this. I actually do want the Force of Will. And I like the Brainstorm as well, but I mainly want the Force here. At the end of our combat, I'm gonna Wasteland this drop. Yeah, they can Brainstorm, I don't care. Alright, I'm just gonna pass here. We have the Spell Pierce up. We're gonna be drawing a Brainstorm. It's gonna be nice. I feel pretty good about our spot here, this matchup. The way our hand is set up. We cannot cast Hooting Mandrills, so no reason to cast anything here. Interesting? I think I'm gonna go ahead and churn through a bit and cast this Brainstorm. I didn't expect the Astrolabe deck to have Wasteland in it. I'm gonna assume this Wasteland's still bad. I'm not sure about this bolt. I'm gonna put it on top. Well, actually, I don't think I'm gonna want double. Well, I can find another blue card for the Force. I think I'm gonna put the bolt on top. I think I'm gonna keep it though. I think I'll draw it. Yeah, I think I just want it. Though my graveyard might be under too much pressure, I'm supposed to shuffle it away. There's so much card advantage. Okay, I'll put this Wasteland back. Do I want this Delver, actually? We have 3, 4. I can double fetch and then leave up 1 mana for Hooting Mandrills, and I have Spell Pierce. Actually, I'm gonna put back the Delta. Yeah. I'm gonna fetch with both lands here. I'm gonna pierce this. I really didn't expect this situation to happen. But if I can get this Hooting Mandrills down, it's huge. They're forcing. I will force back. Oh, I think this is the deck that Anzi made. It has, yeah, I think this is the deck he made. It doesn't play Delver, but it has Dreadhorde Arcanist, Ice Fang, and a bunch of other stuff like that in it. I'm gonna brainstorm. I wanna get the value off of this. Though they can just bolt it here, but they could have done that before. The question is, do I want the lands? I don't think I'm casting Goyf this turn, actually. So I'm gonna put the bolt on top. The bolt Goyf on top, play the Strand. The Delverless Typhoon. Yeah, it's actually like, it did pretty well in the challenges. It's like kind of weird. It kind of makes sense when you think about it, but it is weird. So I could just try to keep applying pressure and I can daze what they're about to play, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I just put the threats on top. Or I put like one threat and then put bolt on top. I think I'm going to win through the bolts here. I don't really want to daze. I'm going to bolt this thing. If you had to pick a person that's better at you and Magic to fight to the death, who would it be and why is it Kevin? Why is it Kevin? Oh god. I'm gonna draw the bolt. Feel pretty good here. Bolt their face. I'm gonna let that happen. Not a super big rush to win here. Just kind of chilling. I mean, this one I kind of want to daze. Or I can just let it happen and let them trade. If they take 4 and go to 6, and I just play another Dreadhorde, I don't know what they're gonna do, just die. Them not drawing a card is nice though. I think I want to keep 4 subs though. Nah, I'll just let this happen because I have another threat in my hand. See what they block here. Feel like they're just dead. Okay. kind of weird. I don't know how to exactly board against them. I think the games go long, so Cloth is in library. I think the Red Blasts are good. They kill Uros, they counter Ice Fangs, they do all that stuff. The thing is, they can not put Force in play. So like, Submerge might not actually be good, even though it normally is. I don't think I want Winter Orb. I also think they're gonna majority fetch basics, so like Wasteland's not as good. I don't think Wasteland's good. I don't think Force of Negation's very good. I think I want all the Force of Wills though. I definitely want Chain Lightning. Maybe I trim one more Force. No, because like the Stifle pressure is too much, I think. Spell Pierce is good against Stifle. I don't know if it's another Wasteland. I think cutting another Wasteland is interesting. Because I think they're just going to majority fetch basics. Because the deck is like majority snow covered nonsense. But I guess if they, like, they're not always going to draw Astrolabe. If they don't draw Astrolabe, then Wasteland's really good. Maybe I'll keep 2 in. I think trimming on it is correct. Maybe it is 1 Force. And try and keep hands with lots of lands in this matchup. I think or like just this. Delver with pressure seems good enough. Delver with DAZE forces and stuff. Anja's list only played 2? Oh, I thought it played the full set. I'm glad I kept it in Double Wasteland. Drew one of them. Pretty good time. Okay. I thought it was 4. But it makes sense. Okay. They chose to shuffle. Yes, I would like to reveal. I think I just Wasteland. Yeah. I like it. I have this Force of Will. Nice basic forest. Question is, do we fetch now? I think the answer is yes. Yeah, I'm gonna fetch now. I'm getting very punished. That's okay. I'm just gonna bolt them. I'm trying to play around them playing a blue land and having Stifle, and then I'm just getting Wastelanded. But if they just keep Wastelanding, they're not gonna win the game. Like, they're just gonna die. Which is also fine by me, right? I didn't immediately fetch a Volk there, because if they had the 3rd Wasteland, I can't cast a red spell for the rest of the game. Which would not be a great look. Lightning Bolt? Nope. There's a lot of pressure. They're up 4 life. I mean, what are they gonna do? Fetch and go to 3? It's a pretty rough time. They have to have another Lightning Bolt here. Or Red Blast. Either one is pretty good. I guess like Ice Fang's not bad here. I probably should have jammed Oko in my main phase. I don't think I care. This is fine. It doesn't have Death Touch and it can't get Death Touch, so I'm not really that concerned. Alright. And jam this Oko. The old scoop-de-scoop. I'll take it. I'll take the 3-2. That Storm deck was really weird to play against. And what was... Wait, what was the other loss? This was the Stormless. What was this? Oh, the Mithrilize deck. Yeah, I don't know. I think I just didn't play that matchup correctly. I think that match was very winnable. I just didn't know how to play it properly. I didn't know what to prioritize. If you want to short up, you can play something like Return to Nature or Cindervines. I think both of those are pretty decent. Mainly Return to Nature. But I think you would like cut and Abrade for that. But I'm not sure how relevant that is. I'm not sure how relevant that deck is, so I probably wouldn't worry about it too much. I think you just need to learn what to prioritize by playing that matchup a little more. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of the de facto deck that everybody goes to, and it's very powerful. Definitely something to pick up and learn, because it'll always be a legacy deck that exists. It's just especially good right now. Yeah. I will take the money back into learning and try to get better before next week.